But is there anyone here with us tonight? Like I said, if you're here with us, would you care crossing these rods for me? What's up, you guys? Chet Guthrie, the Dream Poet here, coming to you all, wait for it, not here in the state of Tennessee, and no, not here in the state of Florida. For our 1,000 subscriber special, you guys, I have made a very special birthday trip to none other than the old French city, New Orleans, here in Louisiana. Here, I have brought Zach, one of my best friends, Bruce.
Hi.
Anyway, these guys have been a major player in the creation for my channel. Zach is the one who is my go-to guy in advice, and Bruce is my music guy. But tonight, you guys, we are staying in what is perhaps one of the most haunted, plantations
there it is.
in the United States. The one, the only, the Myrtles Plantation. Now, this plantation has a very sad tragedy to it, a very sad ghost story that occurred here on these grounds many years ago. And it happened right on top of this front porch right here, or at least part of the story. The tragedy involves a young slave woman by the name of Chloe. And here today, we will go within these walls and we will explore what happened with Chloe and the tragedy that befell this family.
I'm not touching anything.
Zach says he is not touching anything.
I am not touching anything.
I think it's too late to go home.
Bruce,
well, can we
what
go
about?
home?
I don't think it's too. I think it's too late to go home.
Well, hold on. You said we're staying here, right?
I mean, we're staying in a cottage. But anyway, you guys, without further ado, anchor down. You see, you guys, this is the story of Chloe. A ghost story here at the Myrtles Plantation that is perhaps one of the most well-known and most recognized spirits in the United States. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. In 1992, the family who was renovating this plantation was told by their insurance company to take a few photos to show them some distances, various other things, stuff that they could get money on. But it is this photo right here, which is perhaps one of the most well-known spirits. You see, in the far corner, there is the visage of what appears to be a woman. Many people believe this to be the spirit of Chloe. And as well, this gives a little more introduction. You see, from the top, 4'5", and also right here, they believe this to be the children. Now, this photo has garnered so much attention nationwide and around the world that it has been on several news and media sites, such as the Travel Channel, the History Channel, Discovery, I think I already said Discovery, National Geographic. They have all come here and they have wanted to see, can this photo be debunked? Is this truly a capture of a ghost? Well, as time passes on, many experts on the subject, they have tried to debunk this, and yet none of them have been able to be successful in saying that this photo was hoaxed. Now let me tell you the story of Chloe. You see, it's in the 1860s, probably sooner than that. Anyway, it's around that time. But Chloe, she is a slave girl here at the plantation. She hears her master, General Bradford, I believe his name, David Bradford, she hears him talk about something that she should not have known. Well, what Mr. Bradford does, he takes Chloe, he takes out his saber, and he cuts off her ear. Chloe, from here, she bandages her ear. She takes her, I think the proper terminology would be a headband or a type of habib, but it's not a habib, that's for Muslims, but a type of headdress that she wore to show or cover up her missing ear. Now Chloe is very grief-stricken. In some way, she is jealous. She plans out something for General Bradford and the family. And on the children's birthday, she bakes a cake. And in her ways and her knowledge of the old voodoo ways, the old voodoo religions, her being a root worker, I believe the terminology would be root worker, she concocts a very special concoction that will put the children near death or make them very, very sick. Now, that part of Chloe's plan goes into action. However, there is a very big mistake. You see, Chloe is not able to heal the children. These children pass away and die. Now General Bradford, he takes out his saber and he orders to have her hung. And somewhere on the plantation in one of these trees, she was hung. However, many people believe that that photo of her in 1992 was her. Now, there are other spirits that haunt the Myrtles Plantation. Most notably, they say there's about 10. Between 1861 and 1867, there was a lawyer here. He got shot, and on the 17th stair of this building, he drops dead from his wounds and he dies. There are spirits of children. Some people believe that be the children that Chloe poisoned. And anyway, guys, we are taking a mystery tour here in the Myrtles Plantation. Yes, Bruce and Zach have gotten themselves into something that they don't know what they've gotten themselves into. I feel kind of bad for them, but they're my friends, and that's what friends do. Now, sadly, however, we are not allowed to film in the house, but we can do photos. So I think what I'll do, you guys, is I will take photos inside the Myrtles Plantation, and I will tell you all the stories associated with this building. And after that, we'll probably have some dinner here at the restaurant. And you know what? We may even do some ghost hunting. So let's do it, you guys. And wait, speak of the devil. Wait, where you guys go? You guys are going home.
We're going home.
But I thought you all would like this.
No.
Come on. Come on.
Not doing it. Quit.
Come on. I guess it's just me. By the way, you guys, I just wanted to note this too, that this building right here was featured on Ghost Hunters. I think it was featured on the 2016 episode, I think. I'll have to do more research on that. It might show up in the video. But that cottage was featured on Ghost Hunters. And as well, while we're walking and looking at this beautiful, beautiful landscape, some people believe that in 1796, the Myrtles Plantation was built on top of a Timucua burial ground. And some people believe that is why the land quite possibly could be cursed and filled with so much death. And there's Zach.
Hi.
I think he's wanting to go home now.
I want to go home. We did not even know about this place whatsoever. We just came and showed up. And now it's haunted, apparently. And now we're stuck here.
Yeah, so it kind of sucks. And Bruce, do you have anything to say?
I mean, you know, It's nice. I gotta say, it's nice. I mean, it's almost nice enough to distract you from the elephant in the room, but it's nice.
Okay. Now you guys, I thought real quick too, I thought I'd show you all the cabin that we have. Anyway, this is the Crip Myrtle cabin. Zach's going to let us inside. It's got very much a pine smell to it. I mean, it's really pretty, really beautiful. But the one thing that I don't really understand is why there are burn marks in the mirror.
Also, really cool, want to show you, is there is an old photo of the place right here. It's hanging up, pretty cool. And a little old lantern. I'm still not touching anything.
Because he thinks it's haunted. But anyway, guys, we are going to get settled in and we are going to take a tour of the Myrtles Plantation. Anchor down. I think I said that already. The time has arrived. As I was saying, we cannot film while inside the plantation, but I can take photos, and I'm going to do a voiceover. These guys, but since they now know that this place is extremely haunted, they just might see a ghost.
We want our money back.
I hate you, but I love you at the same time.
Gee, y'all are so nice. Good evening, you guys. How y'all doing? Well, in order to tell about the ghost stories associated with the Myrtles Plantation in our tour, I felt that some thunder, lightning, and ominous noise was necessary to set the tone for the stories I'm about to tell you. You see, the first room we will be entering right now, that is the foyer. If you look to your right, you will see these big, giant windows. Well, there is a good reason for that. You see, that was the original plantation from 1796. If you look on the other side to your left, you will see that it looks completely different. Now, the reason for that is the rest of that was added in the 1830s. But since we are here, we will talk about the elephant in the room. There, there right here is the original, well, what they call the most haunted mirror in America. Now, for the ghost stories that I'm about to tell you all, you see, there is an old voodoo lore that during the time, if you were to die, you see, all of the windows in the house would have to be covered. This prevented from any wayward souls, lost souls, from, well, getting trapped in a mirror because they saw their own reflection. Now, if you look closely in the mirror, at least later on in the video, you will see that there are handprints, there are what is described to be tear marks, and if you take a photo, you might just see the reflection of a ghost staring back at you. Going on from there, you will all see the stairwell. The stairwell, that is the stairwell that the lawyer back in the early 1800s, actually late 1800s, during the rebuilding of the United States after the Civil War, the 17th step of that building, or that stairwell, is where he died. And many people who stay in the Myrtles Plantation, often they will hear the screaming of a man saying, "Sarah, Sarah, I need your help." And it's like they describe to him, or they describe these mysterious footsteps, like almost like somebody who is drunk in a way. And it's like almost like clockwork. It always seems to stop on the 17th stair where he died. Now we will go on into the next room. Now this room is the largest collection of time period pieces from the Myrtles Plantation. This also just so happens to be Chloe's favorite room. You see, you will see a chair. That chair is Chloe's. Many people have described being kicked. Some people have described being scratched after sitting in this chair, or just feeling overall negative energy attached to it. Also, this doll is said to be Chloe's favorite doll. Many people say that she is attached to it, and she often watches people from the eyes of this clay figure. And if you see this daybed, there's actually a really scary story with that as well. This was when the plantation was owned by the former owner. One night they were giving some ghost stories during the Halloween season, and anyway, the reenactor, who was Chloe, came into the room. She was by herself, and in the corner, in the dark, she saw a black woman wearing time period clothing just staring back at her, and right in front of her, she just immediately disappeared. This lady would go on to later refuse to go in the house unless under the I don't know what the word would be, under the clause that there would be a bodyguard standing at the front of the door to that room. When she came in, when she came out, there was somebody always watching that door. Now, from there, the daybed, one group of people who was giving a tour of the house, they were standing there right next to the daybed, and they watched what looked to be like somebody sitting on the daybed. You could see like the forming, of a buttocks, essentially. And you could see that they reported that the wrinkled bedcloths, the bed sheets, were slowly turning themselves in. Quite scary all in itself. This room had a lot of heavy energy to it, and my friends and I, we did not like being in there whatsoever. Now, this photo was also taken during the day, but you'll see it's like a white pearl. Now, that is not so much ghost story related, but this is how they did things way back when. If a plantation or a mansion were paid off, often the deed to the house would be sealed at the bottom of the stairwell with a very expensive cap, keeping it safe. That was essentially where the deed to the Myrtles Plantation was kept. But now we will go on into the next room. This room is often considered to be a very big psychic hotspot. People say that is where a portal is to the other world in that room. Psychics have often come out of that room feeling very sick, very volatile, very much wanting to get out as soon as they could. And the doorway right there next to it. Now, first off, there's a reason for that. The room on your left, that was the gentleman's room, and on the other side, that was the women's room. Now, the men's room, this is allegedly where Chloe was listening to this business deal that was going on that she was not supposed to hear about. And I felt just really weird standing next to it, just knowing the history behind it. It was just very, just all in all, very scary. And now this is the kitchen. Well, not so much the kitchen. This is the main dining room. Now, in the story, as Chloe poisoned the children, this would have been the room where it would have happened. Now, 2 of the children died. The other was a very small girl. I was too young to eat the cake, and she lived, fortunately. Now, once we go on into the next room, this is the gentleman's quarters. The door on your, well, this door right here, that is where this lawyer hears somebody outside yell, "I am in need of a lawyer." Anyway, this lawyer comes out. He says, "Are you so-and-so?" And this mysterious gentleman, he shoots this lawyer, this is when he dies on the 17th step. And from there, you will see a giant saber that was found during a really big rainstorm. That blade is all original down to it's a cavalry blade. And you will see a painting of a little girl. Now this is whom they call Kate. And in the next vlog, you will hear about our run-in with Kate. So that was my story of everything that happened on the tour. And now we will get back to the ghost hunting. We have just come out. I think Bruce and Zach really liked it. I was a little bit wrong on my information. Photos kind of, well, self-explanatory. But now you guys, I think we're going to do ourselves some ghost hunting. What do y'all think about that?
It was an experience. Yeah.
I feel sorry for the woman that touched the doll.
Yeah. We were told not to touch anything, and a woman touched her doll, so, yeah.
It's going to be a fun night for them. Okay, maybe
Zach and Bruce, they do not want to be a part of the ghost hunting, but I brought with me a set of dowsing rods. If y'all don't know what these things are, the historical terminology for these is, well, dowsing rods. They're used to find water and electrical sources, but throughout the years, people have found out that you can communicate with spirits using these. So, Zach is going to be the cameraman in this situation. He doesn't want to touch him because he don't like ghosts, and Bruce don't like ghosts either.
Are you gonna stay? Are you going? What are you doing?
I don't know. I don't want to be by myself.
You don't want to be
So, sure, I'll tag along. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Alright, you'll go.
Okay, let's do it. Alright, we're out here. It's a little bit chilly, but let's see if we can't get any communications from anyone from the other side. If anyone is here with us, could you please cross these rods for me? We mean you no harm, and we're not here to do you any issues. Like I said, don't be scared. 1 second. If there's a lot of children outside, maybe we ought to... Alrighty. If there is here someone with us, would you care crossing these rods for me? You don't have to if you don't want to. Well, alright you guys, we didn't really have much luck in that spot, but this building right here was featured on Ghost Hunters. That is a very haunted room, and of course our cottage is the one right next to it. So now that we have moved a little bit closer, maybe we won't have too much an issue. But is there anyone here with us tonight? Like I said, if you're here with us, would you care crossing these rods for me? Take your time. No rush. Okay, apparently there is someone here with us. Alrighty, would you care pulling the rods apart for me and resetting them? Thank you. Are you one of the children? Cross them for yes. If yes. Were you one of the children here with us right now? Are you Chloe? Are you one of the kids? For one of the children, would you please cross them for me? Like I said, we're here not to do you any harm. Do you like to play? Do you like to play with us? Well, anyway, would you care resetting the rods? I guess no one's here with us right now.
I'm guessing the people over there scared them up.
Possibly.
Maybe it was a kid because they just crossed it and they ran away. They were shy about it.
Yeah, that is quite a possibility.
Oh.
But anyway, you guys, it's getting late. I thought we would try something a little bit different. But this is the beginning of a wonderful vlogging series that'll probably last a couple of weeks, probably. But anyway, remember, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. Always means a lot. Goes to show that y'all care and you all want me to see more amazing content. So, anchor down. Love y'all very much. Vlog over.